everybody, welcome back to Your Dry Delight with the epic fucking swing music going on in the back. Everyone dance with me. Alright, let's go ahead and just jump back in. Where we left off, we just been hit on by the not a gangster. Totally not a gangster. Oh great. Uh-oh, I missed something, didn't I? I think I read it last time. It's okay. I can't actually get drunk, damn it. It's like this guy's here just to ruin my investigation. We'll get you fixed up with something that'll tickle your fancy, mister. No! Where's Leslie? Trailing off, the stranger raises one eyebrow at me expectantly. Jack Vaughn. Jack, Not the name I'd have picked for you, but I still like it. Really? What name would you have picked? Ask me again after you've had a few more drinks. As if on cue, the bartender passes a glass towards me, and gently slides a steaming cup towards my companion. Is that coffee? Thank you, Arthur. Anytime. He throws the man beside me a wily grin. I can't shake the feeling that I'm the butt of some inside joke, but maybe that's my detective's paranoia talking. Don't drink it. You don't drink, huh? I wouldn't call myself a teetotaler, but I do like to stay sharp. That's like a person who doesn't drink. A teetotaler is someone who completely abstains from alcohol. The etymology of this word is fuzzy and anecdotal, but may stem from a reduplication of the T for total abstinence. So yeah, they don't... A person who's a teetotaler does not drink. Right. Well, drinking partner, since you've twisted me into this, who exactly am I toasting with again? My name is Meyer, and I'll endeavor to make sure you won't forget it. Please, someone call the cops. Wait, I am the cops. It's like, fuck. How the hell am I supposed to read this guy? If I didn't know better, I'd almost think he was trying to... L'shame? I think that just means cheers. Oh, it means life. Shame? Oh, L'chaim. I'm so stupid. It's L'chaim. It's a toast that translates literally as to life in Hebrew. So it's kind of like cheers. So L'chaim means like cheers, or that's pretty much what cheers means when you're knocking drinks. Not boots, but drinks. I'm so dumb, I'm sorry. God. I'm tired, and I do not feel good, and I have a massive headache, but I really wanted to play more of this game, so I was like, fuck it. Exclaiming some sort of toast, he clinks his cup against my glass. L'chaim. It seems so... meh. I mimic Meyer's pronunciation. When he happily nods in approval, we both sip our drinks. Not as bad as Ed Deluxe, but still feels like I swallowed a gasoline cocktail. Why the puckered face, Jack? Not smooth enough for that tongue of yours? Please stop talking about my tongue, or I'm going to tell my boss, and he'll probably come eat you because he likes food. Meyer leans in closer, propping his elbow on the counter and gazing at my face. Well, if he's hellbent on being all friendly, maybe I can pull some information out of him. I bet he knows something. He's got that kind of smug air. Yes, woe is me and my delicate tongue. Really, where do they get this stuff? Is it all homebrewed? Surely there's a big seller. Of course, why the biggest seller in town, no less. So he does know. Now I just have to... But more importantly, why don't you tell me a little bit more about yourself? Or a lot more. I promise you I won't mind. Alright, play it cool, Richter. I can't rush this or he'll catch on. I'm nobody special, really. I help keep civilians safe, serve the city and all that. His smirk deepens for some reason. He knows I'm a cop! Fuck! Just another average fella here to relax after a hard day's work. Hoping to take the edge off. He's doing the thing. Are you just gonna sit there and me all night or what? Well, I don't mean to be rude, but I have a sneaking suspicion that you're lying. Impossible. He can already tell? Was Leslie right? Am I really that bad at this? Why don't you be honest with me, Jack? Be honest with you? I'm not... Meyer leans even more, this time snaking an arm about my shoulders and pulling me in close. I swallow, trying to keep a hold of myself as his lips brush against my ear. He can't know. There's no way he knows. You're really a Simcha, aren't you? A Simcha? Confused, I steal a side glance at Meyer, and his eyes glimmer back at me mischievously. A pimp, of course. What? Oh, you can't fool me with that act, Jack. I saw you looking around earlier for any attractive girl, subtle as a train wreck. He's like, okay, Lord have mercy. If I have to pretend to be a pimp, I think I'll just run out the door instead. Pfft, A little laugh spills out of Meyer before he can bite it back. Care to tell me what's so funny? Just teasing. Forgive me. I didn't mean any offense. Nor did I think you'd nearly faint on the spot, but I was quite ready to catch you. Richter's like, bitch. All right, you got me. I was just, horrified that my good name might be ruined. It shook me up. Secretly, of course, I'm mostly only relieved that he didn't actually see through the lie. That was too close for comfort. Oh, naturally. An upstanding civil servant like you is obliged to maintain his saintly reputation, right? Bartender, another round for the gentleman, if you please. No, thank you. I'm good. And that was how I got pulled into a night of drinking with my new companion. It soon grows clear that Meyer isn't going to let anything important slip. He manages to dodge all my questions like a pro boxer ducking punches. But I'm too invested to turn back. I know he knows something. He knows I know he knows something, but we're just dancing around the subject. And as much as I hate to admit it, it's fun talking to him. So much so that I nearly forget what I came here to do. The way he gives me all his attention is, well, flattering in a way. What if this is Leslie? It's probably not, but it'd be so funny. While we banter back and forth, I noticed the sketchy-looking men from earlier throwing glances toward us. I mean, it's obviously not, because that was the guy who answered the door, I think. And he would have probably noticed, maybe. Are they looking at me? Admire? Just trying to get the bartender's attention? I can't tell, but I've got a feeling we're being watched. If you don't mind, Jack, I have a question for you. An elbow nudges against my side, interrupting my thoughts. Rude. My thoughts are important, Meyer. A question? Sure, I'm all ears. I turn my head back towards Meyer, only to see him already pressed close to my side. Our cheeks are nearly brushing together. You wouldn't happen to be looking for underground work, would you? Like in a mine? My heart skips a beat. He's finally bringing it up? You could say that, more or less. Well, in that case, how about we make a deal? I'll trade you a little business information in exchange for something on your end. He whispers conspiratorially to me, lips curled upward in a sly, daring smirk. Something, huh? What kind of something are we talking about here? Well, I'm so glad you asked. His breath lightly tickles my cheek. For a second, my focus gets a little hazy. All I can see are those sparkling green eyes. My mind races through all the things he might want from me, things I normally never think of until... Bring me a cassata cake. What is that? Cassata is a traditional cake from Sicily, Italy. It consists of sponge cake, ricotta cheese, and candied fruit with various types of icing. However, a different type of cassata gained popularity in Cleveland, Ohio in the early 1920s. The La Puma Spumoni and Bakery began making a version filled with strawberries and custard, and covered with whipped cream, at the behest of the owner's children who didn't like the original cassata. This variation became known as the Cleveland cassata cake, which is still made in Cleveland today. Oh, that sounds so good. Me want. A cassata cake, the type from Frank's Bakery on the east side. Almost certainly not kosher, but I won't tell if you don't. Oh, so he's Jewish. He's a Jewish mobster. That sounds so weird. I've heard they changed the recipe to something simply amazing, but let's just say I'm not very welcome in that neighborhood. Is it because you're a gangster? Not exactly the offer I was expecting. A cake, right. I'll think about it. No promises. Playing coy, are we? Very well, I see how it is. He exhales a small laugh that brushes my skin again, sending a little tingle down the nape of my neck. Please think it over carefully, and if you decide to accept my offer, come back here tomorrow night. How does that sound, Jack? I hesitantly nod. Can this wise guy really be part of some criminal outfit trading information for cakes? That is funny. Listen, I'll tell you everything you want to know, officer. But in return, I want cake. Cop's like, okay. Perfect. It will be plenty worth your while, so keep that in mind. When he finally pulls back, I subconsciously exhale the breath I didn't know I'd been holding. No matter how I look at it, he's acting sweet on me. You know what that means, right? To be sweet on someone is to have a crush on or strong affection for them. That's right. When someone's like, what, are you sweet on that girl? Are you sweet on that boy? That means, what, you like that person? Like? Of course, it's not like anyone would notice, crowded as this place is. Do you happen to have a favorite kind of drink? Cranberry juice. He casually throws another question out, catching me off guard. I want to have it, well, coffee probably, but then cranberry juice. I want to have it ready for you tomorrow night. That's awful nice of you. Well, my favorite drink, I guess that'd be... I don't know, something sweet. Yes. Something sweet to mask how bad it tastes? Meyer stares at me in stunned silence. What? What's with that look? Don't laugh at me, bitch. I will break you. A small choked sound leaks from his throat, the kind you make when you're stifling a laugh. He's razzing me again, isn't he? To razz someone is to heckle or tease them. It comes from a shortened form of raspberry in the sense of a contemptuous sound. You figured. Yes, of course, something sweet, I understand. I'll make sure to take excellent care of both you and your refined palate. You're acting like I've already made up my... You're leaving? Meyer sips the last of his coffee and pushes it away, smoothing his hair back with one hand. I'm afraid so, Jack. I've got some business to attend to, but I do hope I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and tonight's drinks are my treat, as a small token of thanks for your delightful company. With a last knowing wink, Meyer steps away from the away from the counter and slips into the crowd, mingling with the drunken sea. I was like, God damn it. He left so suddenly. I wonder what business he's attending to. Well, never mind. I guess that concludes tonight's investigation. What a ride. Garçon! Coffee. He made me drink all the booze. I leave the speakeasy unsure whether Meyer pulled one over on me or if I actually pulled one over on him. He's sure something, that Meyer. No one's ever swept me into their pace so fast before. I can almost still feel the warmth of his breath on my skin. Just the drink talking. Just the drink. And with that poor attempt to reassure myself, I stuff my hands in my pockets and begin the sobering walk home. When suddenly... Isn't that usually how it goes? Oh, are we back at work? Leslie! The gentle chirping of birds outside the window. The laughter of children on their way to school. The blinding sun. Ugh. Why is our office so goddamn bright? Oh, my head. The things I do for this job, I swear. That's what I would be doing. As I sit in my chair, sipping my morning coffee and trying to ignore this horrible hangover, my eyes drift up to the clock. Leslie's even later than normal. I hope nothing's wrong. If he doesn't come in soon, maybe I should just leave a note and go nap in my car. Good morning. As if I'd summoned him from the bowels of sunny hell, Leslie suddenly burst into the office. In one hand, he's holding a stack of paperwork, and in the other... Is that a cake? Fresh from Frank's Bakery. I tell you, those fellas really nailed the whatever this is. Leslie reaches into the paper bag to grab a piece and happily stuffs his face, chewing away with relish. That's the exact same cake Meyer asked for last night, isn't it? Is this some kind of conspiracy? Is every man in Cleveland eating these cakes except me? Oh. Pausing, Leslie leans in to peer at my face, frowning gently. You look a little under the weather, Richter. Your hair's all messy, too, and I haven't even gotten my hands on it yet. Wait, don't tell me. No, you're not hungover, are you? Richter, you naughty boy. Listen, boss, could we just get to our reports? Changing the subject, I see. Absolutely shameless. Leslie, who seems to think my hangover is the funniest thing in the world, chuckles all the way over to his office chair. Yeah, laugh it out of your system while I sit here hoping for a spontaneous eclipse. I'll let you start off then, my little partying partner. What did you find out last night? In between shots, that is. Well, from what I heard, it sounds like the Italians aren't running the speakeasy, or even most of the liquor business. If I had to guess, it's either a big street gang or the Jewish mafia. I'm sorry. I'm sure that they're a bunch of badasses, but it's like, I don't think of like Jewish and mafia as in like the same thing. I know that probably sounds mean or weird, but it's just like, hi, just like he was doing. It's like, oh, maybe the Jewish mafia? It's true they've been growing in size around here lately, or so I've heard. What makes you think it's them, though? Because the guy I was hanging out with last night was a Jewish guy, and he seemed like he was part of the mafia. Leslie, keep up. I heard a couple of fellas talking about the Italian mafia's competition, so it can't be them. After that, the man I drank with, he was Jewish, and I have a pretty strong feeling he's some kind of mobster. No, he's definitely not a mobster. Didn't you read the opening credits? Oh, tell me more. Perking up curiously, Leslie props his chin on his hands and leans forward to gaze at me from across his desk. He's got a bit of whipped cream on one corner of his mouth, but I pretend not to notice. Guy said his name was Meyer, for starters. He was well-dressed, a little too confident, and... Should I tell Leslie about the flirting? I mean, he doesn't really need to know, and I'd sort of like to enjoy the memory without being scolded, but... And? I'd just tell him. And he flirted with me. He may have been flirting with me. He what? He raises his voice incredulously, jaw dropping. Well, could have been that I just misread things, but... The nerve! Unacceptable! Leslie pushes out of his chair and begins to pace around the office. I can't tell if he's genuinely angry or just fussing like he normally does. How dare he? Flirting with my junior partner? Really? That's the issue you have with it? Poor small defenseless little Richter at the mercy of some cruel gangster. If only I'd been there. I'm bigger than you, boss. This Meyer had better watch out. Mark my boss. He freezes when I call out to him in frustration. Well, when he gives me that innocent did I do something wrong expression, I can't really stay annoyed, can I? Would you just please sit down so I can finish my report? Oh, you weren't finished? Sorry about that. Sheepishly clearing his throat, Leslie sinks back into his chair and nods for me to continue. Meyer offered me a deal for information. A deal? You're serious? I nod, barely resisting the urge to rub my forehead. Details on the mob in exchange for... This is so ridiculous. I can barely say it out loud. In exchange for a cake. Oh, come off it, Richter. Tell me what he actually wanted. I know you're trying to get revenge for me teasing you, but I'm being serious, boss. He wanted a cake. Pointing at the paper bag that holds Leslie's half-eaten breakfast, I put on the straightest face I can manage. It's from the neighborhood around Little Italy, right? Obviously, that place is owned by the Italian gang, so he can't get too close. But as for why he wants one, I've got no clue, boss. Maybe a kid at home who likes them? Sweet tooth, forbidden fruit? It reeks of a setup, Richter. Isn't that obvious? Leslie wrinkles his nose, and the reaction I'd expected, and really not an unfair one. I thought about that, believe me. But if it was a setup, why would he invite me back? Wouldn't it have been easier to get rid of me right there? And he could have made his offers sound more serious, too. Anyone with half a brain would be suspicious. That's true, I suppose. I still don't like it, though. Not one bit. He lets out a heavy sigh, sticking a hand into the bag with his cake and tearing off a piece to idly munch on. Well, while you're here having the time of your life last night, I was chatting with Mr. FBI. Apparently one of the city's politicians is hosting a big party at a hotel tonight. Thanks to our contact, I've got his passes inside. Because you know what's going to be at that party, my dear Richter. A lot of liquor? A hell of a lot of liquor. Probably provided by the main source in Cleveland. Leslie and I exchanged knowing looks. I can already see what he's getting at. Alright, we're gonna save it here. And that is going to be it. I need to... How do I... Was it this one? What's this? Oh, this is load, and this is save. See, I want to save it. What? Yeah, sure, whatever. I wasn't overriding a save. I was putting it in a new slot. Nice. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. But I am really enjoying this game. I think it's a lot of fun. Leslie is still my favorite. He's just hilarious. He likes food, and he's just like, how dare he touch my Richter? I just love it so much. It's adorable. He's adorable. Meyer is all up in that business, eating cake, drinking coffee, getting people drunk, because he knows, like, as soon as they're unconscious, I'm going to take them home and make them work for me. That's what I'm thinking. Something along those lines. I think Richter should definitely watch it and not drink any more alcohol that guy gives him, because obviously everyone in the bar like knows him. So I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'll just take coffee too, please. Thank you. But yeah, this game is awesome. Really liking it. It's very cool. Can't wait to see where it goes next, and I really love you guys a lot. Oh, I also wanted to add an extra shout out of the month. I know I was gonna do one a month, but I decided to do two. So the first is the Baker Street Gaming. Please go check it out. He's awesome sauceum. And the second is my waifu for lifeu, Ashley. She's not on YouTube, but she is like the sweetest person in the world. She's, like I said, my waifu for lifeu, and I would do absolutely anything for her, and I know she would do absolutely anything for me. She's always there for me. She's so supportive, and I just love her so much. So that's two shout outs, and I will have the Baker Street Gaming, and the link is going to be in the description, so you can go click on it and check it out if you want to, because why not? Something new, something interesting, something fun. But I love all you guys very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!